on DC News Now at 4. We're on the National Mall as thousands gather to hear Vice President Kamala Harris deliver closing remarks to the nation. Plus, new details revealed about a Northern Virginia double homicide filled with twists and turns. Ahead, how an au pair accused of one of the murders is now pleading in court. Then, ballots destroyed a week before the election in the Pacific Northwest. Coming up, local elections officials telling us how they're working to keep your vote safe.
Despite a few passing clouds, our dry stretch looks to continue. We'll let you know when some rain will move in and how much warmer we'll get throughout the week.
And a sight you certainly don't want to miss. Hundreds of drag queens, kings, and more putting on their stilettos and racing through DuPont Circle.
It's really something that makes DC very unique and special.
We're live ahead of tonight's annual high heel race.
And thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And good afternoon. I'm Annalisa Gale. We're now 1 week away from Election Day, and in about 3 hours from now, Vice President Kamala Harris will address the nation from the lips near the White House. This is a live look at the National Mall. She's expected to continue sharing rhetoric about her opponent, former President Donald Trump, who she says is a threat to democracy while positioning herself as a new generation of leadership.
Harris's speech will notably be at the same site where Trump spoke on January 6, 2021, just before a mob of his supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol.
And also, her speech tonight is expected to draw upwards of 50,000 people.
And DC News Now's Randy Bass live at the Ellipse among the crowds. Randy, how are things at this hour?
Hi there. Yes, as the clock ticks down toward the election, the tens of thousands of people are descending onto the National Mall right now. The doors opened here at 3 p.m. Want to show you the lines and the crowds filing into the Ellipse here as we've seen people start to move through. People are excited to get inside. We caught up with people, though, on the outside trying to navigate around the early crowds and closures.
DC is no stranger to large political events.
I mean, I was here in 2000, I think it was 2008 when Obama got elected. So I do remember the big crowds back at that time, but this seems relatively normal for the times I've been here. I'd say it's expected.
Here's what you can expect trying to get around downtown tonight. Take a look at these closures for your evening commute. Major routes like 17th Street and Constitution Ave shut down, along with other roads around the White House, the Ellipse, and the National Mall.
It's just different. You just have to adjust to it and be willing to try. Public transportation makes it easy to get around because there's a lot of walking and a lot of standing.
And for people taking Metro or getting around on foot, expect packed sidewalks, busy trains, and station platforms downtown. Crowds for tonight's rally are expected to grow to more than 50,000 people as we get closer to speech time.
Any concerns about, just crowds of that size moving through?
I think any time, not just because it's a political time, but just you just never know what weirdo is ready to, put something in the crowd and hurt people.
But they're going to be situated.
And as for potential crowd control here, should anything develop here, DC police tell us they are ready to respond and be here at the ready in case something happens. They are standing here alongside the Secret Service, ready to respond should anything happen. Again, speech time set for close to 7 o'clock. Doors have been open here for several hours now. We'll be here on the ground over the next few hours tonight as things start to get closer to rally time. On the National Mall, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thank you. Former President Donald Trump is defending his Sunday rally in New York, notably on a stage at Madison Square Garden. A comedian referred to Puerto Rico as a floating island of garbage, addressing supporters at his Mar-a-Lago resort today. Former president referred to the event as a love fest. It's the same term he used to describe the January 6th insurrection.
The love in that room, it was breathtaking, and you could have filled it many, many times with the people that were unable to get in. But Politicians that have been doing this for a long time, 30 and 40 years, said there's never been an event so beautiful. It was like a love fest, an absolute love fest, and it was my honor to be involved. And
along with defending the rally, Trump focused on immigration issues, the border, and the economy, but took no questions from reporters.
Also ahead, Trump is scheduled to make a campaign stop in Virginia this weekend. That's happening this Saturday at the Salem Civic Center in Roanoke County. DC News Now has all eyes on this election and on Vice President Kamala Harris's speech tonight. Be sure to stick with us on air and online on DCNewsNow.com.
All right, turning now to the forecast, let's head over to meteorologist Damon Madsen with a check on how things are going to look this evening.
Yeah, Damon, good thing things are cooperating because we have so many events, not only the speech, but sporting events and apparently a concert as well.
And the high heel race is happening tonight,
And the
so I heard. Yes, so a lot going on, and we're thankful that we do have very quiet weather indeed. It's been this way, though, the entire month seemingly of October. Now, the big change today was we did get temperatures to bump up a little bit here as we've gone throughout the afternoon. Despite having some clouds in the sky, look at this, upper 60s, even 70 degrees in places like Frederick, Kaiser, and Cumberland. Not too bad whatsoever. Feeling a little bit warm, too, if you're out there in that direct sunlight. And we will continue to hold on to these slightly warmer temperatures as we go toward the high heel race tonight. There it is. We'll still have a few clouds in the sky. Yes, cooling off back down through the 60s by the time we get to the start of the race there. But hey, whether you're going to the high heel race or just going about your typical evening here on this Tuesday, all in all, this is still shaping up to be another beautiful one indeed. Now, we can keep the count going, by the way, folks. Today, we are not expected to pick up any rainfall before we get to midnight. So that means we've now gone up the list on this longest dry stretches list here in D.C. on record. We've tied 1964 with 27 consecutive days without recording rainfall here in the district and across much of the DMV. So the streak continues. Will it come to an end before this week is over? And how much more can we warm up those temperatures here over the next few days? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Developing at 42 schools in Prince George's County were on lockdown today.
Yeah, this after a shooting in Temple Hills, Maryland. It happened just after 9:30 this morning on Allentown Road. Police say a man was shot and taken to a nearby hospital where he is now recovering. Since then, 2 men have been arrested, but the search continues for a third suspect.
We did put Crossland High School and Thurgood Marshall Middle School on lockdown out of abundance of caution because of the proximity to the incident, but that has been lifted since.
We're told no students were hurt and the lockdowns were lifted. Also developing now, it's been nearly 2 years since a double murder in Western Virginia.
And we're now learning that a family au pair has taken a plea deal to a lesser charge of manslaughter. After being charged in the case, she is one of 2 people charged in the case. DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us now from Fairfax County Courthouse, where the young woman entered her plea this morning. Dave.
Well, good afternoon to you, Mark and Annalisa. Juliana Perez Margulies entered her plea before her trial was scheduled to start next month. She is now looking at up to 10 years in prison when she is sentenced next spring. Prosecutors say Juliana Perez Margulies and Brendan Banfield engaged in a sexual relationship in late 2022. They say it happened while she worked as an au pair for him and his wife at the couple's home in Reston. Court documents say Banfield told Perez Margulies about a plan to kill his wife along with someone else. The 2 are said to have carried out their plan on the morning of February 24, 2023 at the Banfield home. Prosecutors say he shot Joseph Ryan and stabbed his wife, Christine. Perez Margulies also shot Ryan. Banfield is said to have arranged the meeting with Ryan through an adult website and lured Ryan to the home for what he thought would be a sexual encounter with Christine Banfield. Fairfax County Police arrested Perez Margulies October 19th and charged her with second-degree murder. She pled guilty to a lesser charge of manslaughter Tuesday morning. The Commonwealth's attorney released a statement after the hearing, quote, "Today's agreement marks a significant step forward in this case, and it's an important development in our pursuit of justice for the victims and their families." Police arrested Banfield September 16th and charged him with aggravated murder. Banfield remains held without bond. Perez Magalhães also remains in custody. Perez Magalhães is expected to testify against Banfield when his trial starts next February 3rd. He could spend the rest of his life in prison if he's convicted. As for Perez Magalhães, she will learn her punishment March 25th. We're live in Fairfax. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, Dave, thank you. And for the Biden administration awarding nearly $3.5 billion to reduce carbon emissions at U.S. ports. President Biden delivered remarks at the Port of Baltimore today alongside Maryland Governor Wes Moore and other state leaders. The president says that the new funding of Baltimore will receive $500 million to upgrade its cargo equipment, infrastructure, and power grid. The president says that it's all about environmental justice.
So the linchpin to America's supply chain. They keep goods moving, keep the economy strong. They employ over 100,000 union workers, from Teamsters to longshoremen. But for too long, they've run on fossil fuels and aging infrastructure, putting workers at risk and exposing nearby communities to dangerous pollution.
The grant is set to improve 55 ports nationwide.
All right, well, right now we are hours away from race time at the 37th annual high heel race in DuPont Circle, where hundreds of Queens and community members will race down 17th Street in their highest of heels. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone joining us live in DuPont now. And Marielle, this event is bringing together the LGBTQ plus community every year. What are you seeing right now? Lots of excitement, I'm sure.
Yeah, Annalisa, so much excitement, and we're not even to the start of the events yet, but where we're at right now, I'm going to kind of give you a look at what's going on. We are at the start of the race here. This is R and 17th Street. This banner just going up a little bit ago, and behind us here, 17th Street, this is the course here. They are going to be running about 3 blocks in those high heels. Of course, we're still seeing some of the setup, some of the fencing as people get ready for tonight. The history of this is just so rich out here. This all started more than 30 years ago. The story behind it, a group of drag queens deciding to kind of do their own bar crawl, running down 17th Street in their high heels, ending at JR's bar at the end of this street here. And it really just became a tradition. JR's still involved in this, and now every year people lining up to run in those heels down this street. It has become just an annual event where we are celebrating the LGBTQ community here in DC. We know about 10,000 people are expected to come and watch, 200 to 300 people expected to race, and this year you might see even more color, more excitement, because this is really a big kickoff event to World Pride coming here next year, 2025. Earlier today we had a chance to speak to the host tonight, Cake Pop, and take a listen to what they have to say just about what this means to the community.
It's just interesting how society is now like a lot more accepting of, you know, drag and femininity and all of these different things that we've struggled with over time. And it's just nice seeing like DC come together as a community to celebrate something and throw on a pair of heels when they typically wouldn't. It's just amazing to see, and it means a lot to me.
All right, so 5 o'clock is when the festivities kind of start here. We got the stage behind us. You can expect some drag performances, music, and then of course 9 o'clock. That is the race time. That is when people will take off on those heels. DC News Now will have a camera out here and be bringing you updates throughout the night. But for now, live here on 17th, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.